Basically, exercise can be broadly categorized into low intensity, moderate intensity, and high intensity exercises. Moderate intensity refers to the zone at which your heart is working at a moderate intensity. So typically, if you're looking at numbers, the number would range for heart rate from perhaps 130 all the way to 160 beats per minute. So that would be the place where most people will be breaking out into a sweat. They may be actually finding it a little bit more challenging to keep up with the conversation, even though they are still able to do so. More importantly, they do feel that they are actually getting a bit of a workout already. Just like how your muscles cannot get stronger without a new stimulus, that is how bodybuilders build bigger and stronger muscles. You need to actually challenge your heart. So that means you can't be sticking to low intensity exercise all the time. That would not be of much benefit to your heart and lung function. Generally, if you are coming off from a stent insertion or a major heart surgery, we would not advise going straight into moderate intensity exercise. For someone who is otherwise healthy, we definitely will recommend that they should be engaging in some form of moderate intensity exercise, minimally at least 115 minutes per week. A general rule of thumb, if you're not wearing a heart rate monitor, what you can do is actually to assess how you are able to breathe and talk. So if you are doing moderate intensity exercise correctly, you can still maintain some form of conversation with another person, but that will require a little bit more effort as compared to if you are actually walking at a leisurely pace and you are able to talk to the person at a very comfortable pace. For indoor, if you are looking at cardio machines, you have the treadmill, you have the bike, you also have the elliptical machines. For outdoors, it's quite straightforward. You can actually brisk walk, jog, cycle. It depends on your basic baseline level of cardiovascular health. The fitter you are, your moderate intensity will be actually at a higher level as compared to someone who has never exercised before. So someone who has had a very strong foundation of aerobic fitness would be able to run at a faster pace, and that is considered moderate intensity as compared to someone who has never exercised before, and brisk walking is actually a form of moderate intensity exercise. Okay, if you have never exercised for a very long time, I would actually suggest start slow because you do not want to risk injury. Of course, get clearance from the doctor if you have never exercised for a really long time and you have some pre-existing health conditions. Once you get clearance from the doctor, start slow, as I've mentioned before. Basically, you can actually look at brisk walking. Maybe you can start off with 15 minutes of brisk walking each time and slowly build it up to 20 minutes, 25 minutes, so and so forth. Number one, for sure, you've got to check with your doctor. Make sure that exercise is in the clear for you. Generally, for most people, even those with pre-existing health conditions like diabetes or high blood pressure, it is definitely beneficial for them to start on a fitness program, even if it is just brisk walking. The most important thing is to be consistent with it, even though you may not be starting off at a higher intensity of exercise as compared to your peers who may have been exercising for a very long time. For sure, you have to be keeping record of your own exercise session. So one way of doing that is to keep a notebook and write down what you have done for this session. And so over time, you can actually see how you have been progressing in terms of your speed, in terms of the weight you use during your exercise sessions, and even how you feel at the end of the session. So it's a way of keeping track of what you have done in the past. Another way of actually looking at your progress is, of course, looking at your body matrix. For example, your weight. Is your weight going down? So if you are overweight right now and you are embarking on the new fitness program, you should be expecting some form of body composition change, meaning to say that you gain a little bit more muscle, lose a little bit of fat along the way, and therefore clothes are fitting better, your weight goes down, and overall you feel better. So of course, this is actually a more holistic indicative of how you are progressing on your fitness program. For women, because we thrive in communities, so therefore, if you are new to exercise and you want to continue to get motivated, the best way is actually do it with friends. For example, you can actually take part in a Zumba session, or maybe even a kickboxing class if you're up to it, and then keep attending these classes or these exercise sessions with your friends. So with that rapport that you build with your peers, it is definitely going to go a long way to help you stay focused and consistent with your exercise. Together, it's not that hard.